What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Circus. So on the left side here, we have, Kashtira, a huge meta deck, still a huge threat to everyone in the format. Being able to main D-shifter is just so rough, and locking the zones. The deck is absolutely insane. I can 100% see this deck being hit. And then on the right side here, we have Superheavy Samurai, the new upcomer of the Cyberstorm Access. Everyone's been playing this deck. Everyone's been testing this deck. This deck can do it all. This deck's absolutely insane. I don't know what Konami was thinking here. Super low rarity, as well as being able to you can play this deck any way you want to. You could play it pure. I know some people are testing with the battle ballers. You could play this deck with spell cancer. You can play this deck, making going second deck. You could play this deck going for the Lambda Omega. You could go for Dispater. You can go for the hand loop. You can go for the spell cancer. You can go for puppet lock. You can do it all. You can go for the Idly lock. This deck can just do every single thing. We're going to see the Super Heavy Samurai player start off with a Special Summon Fenrir here. And very good card. I think a lot of these lists ended up cutting the Fenrir. I don't think it's that really needed anymore. It was just a good card to summon out. But I think it's now time is over. We're summoning out a Stealthy here. Interesting lineup. Being a crazy card as well. Linking up into that Link 1, talk about a busted card. And then we're going to be able to activate the Fenrir effect here. Searching for another Fenrir, so going to be a free discard fodder off of the that Scarecrow. We're going to see them activate a Piecer here, activate the effect, tributing off to then being able to summon from the deck. And what are we going to summon here? We're going to summon out a Wagon. A Wagon effect is going to be able to activate, and then we'll be able to turn into attack position to search for a Soul. That's going to get hit with an Imperm there. Very fair. It's going to be... It turns itself to attack position to add, so then it'll still be in defense. Looks like we're debating activating the card there. We have not normal summon, so there's a possibility we normal summon a hand trap, go into a Baron, perhaps. Simply passing on this. So they're gonna have 5 cards in hand here. We show our opening hand. What are you supposed to even do with this? Not the greatest, but it is what it is. We're going to see a Book of Moon on the Fenrir. Very good card. Still playing the books, which is interesting. Summoning out a Fenrir of their own here. It's going to get Veilered. Being able to attack over the Wagon. Then they can set 2 cards here and simply pass their turn on this. Not the greatest. We're going to see the Fenrir being flipped face up, and then we're going to activate a Bike. Bike is insane, able to search your monster. Search your deck for any Super Heavy Samurai monster here. Being pretty much just an starter. Researching for the copy of Wakashi. They said anything on res. They were thinking here, we're going to activate the Wakashi effect, summon itself out by placing the other scale. Here we can activate the Big Benki effect, being able to search for, I believe that was Piecer. We'll see a normal summon out of Piecer here. Then you're able to Book of Moon it. That's kind of crazy. Flipping the Wakashi face down, so opening 2 books. Books are kind of a little bit outdated, but as you can see here, they are being able to make that board kind of nice. We're going to be seeing link away into the Scarecrow here, activating the effect, being able to search. I guess you just search for a bike here for follow-up. Someone's just taking a second to read the big one there. We're going to see them activate the second Wakashi here. Not being able to put that other one back in the extra deck is kind of rough, because if they cannot use it for a synchro, or if they can't use for a synchro, then it can't be put in the pendulum scale. But we're going to summon. We're going to pendulum summoning out a Fenrir as well as a Ghost Ogre, and they can synchro summon off into the Baron. And your Baron can pop the back row. Enter battle phase, attack into it, and then attack with the Fenrir. Weird, they did not pop the back row there. Then activate the effect to pop the back row. It's going to be chained to be a cross-out designator here. And calling a unicorn. Maybe trying to get to that. If they draw a birth, they can summon it out off the off that birth there. Just one last card in hand, but they're going to be able to draw for turn. And this will... So we have one negate essentially for 2 cards here. There's some out the Scareclaw Kashtira here. And we get to choose if we're going to negate that. We're not going to negate it, it's going to summon itself out. And they're going to activate a cross-out designator once again here. Potentially banishing the Fenrir, because we attempt to chain the Fenrir here. And this is not going to do very much. It's going to go battle phase, attack into the Fenrir there. And then we get to... or they're going to pass here. Then during the standby phase, we're going to think it could be worth chaining their Speron pop out. But that won't really do anything for us, because we can just go battle phase. They're going to tag out into the Fenrir here. That's something I do like about the Fenrirs, is that you can tag out that Baron there. And then we're going to flip up the Wakashi, and then we'll be able to activate the effect of Big Benki, searching for a Piercer here. And then we can normal summon out the Piercer and go into the Excel, and then Excel and Piercer. It's going to be able to summon back out that bike, as well as being able to search. And they go in for the Baron itself, and then they can just pop or pendulum summon up to us. We're going to activate the effect of Scarecrow, descending to summon out the Piercer. Activating the effect, pop the Scarecrow with the Baron Flare, and then that's just going to be game right there. We always pendulum summon that other one out. Well, I guess we couldn't, because of the fact that we didn't have any zones, extra modular, because we had to summon out that Piercer into that zone. Imagine if Scarecrow could be used as link material. That would be pretty busted. I think it's just, yeah, it cannot be used as link material, which is kind of unfortunate. Now that's how they're kind of making the link ones being not as abusable. Because if that card could be used as link material, wow, that would have been crazy. And the thing about this card came out like all the way back in, like, I think it's Rise of the Duelist. This card is very nice for Super Heavy Samurais. It actually has the Piercer on itself, as well as the Scarecrow, the Claw. Little piece of lore there. We're gonna see the Scarecrow. We're gonna see the Kashtira player gonna go first, summoning out the unicorn. Activating the effect here, searching for a birth. And then we're going to activate the Prosperity, banishing, I believe that was 6. Then we're going to be seeing a Judgment, Prep, Unicorn, D-Shifter, and then we're going to be seeing a Fenrir as well as a Field Spell. They're going to be adding, I believe that was Judgment, activating the Theosis, summoning out the Fenrir, and then we're going to activate the Fenrir effect, being able to search for a Rise Heart, summoning out the Rise Heart, and they're going to go for the Shangri-La, summoning out the Rise Heart, activating the effect, banishing the Big Bang, and then Shangri-La effect will activate here. We have to banish the 3 face downs from our deck. Then we're going to lock one of our Pendulum Zones here. And Big Bang will summon back out the Fenrir. Then they can go into a XYZ, which is going to be Diabolos, most likely. And they're going to be able to look at our extra deck and choose what they're going to see. They are playing the Lambda as well as the package, the Omega. They're going to rip the Zeus and lock the other Pendulum Zone, and then be able to lock another zone as well. Then they're going to summon out off of Birth, and they're going to be placing an Rise Heart over that. So essentially we have a Pendulum's Lock, a Macro, and then we have 2 sets on the field as well with a Judgment set. And there's no beating this for the Super Heavy Samurai player. So moving on into the Game 3 here. So Super Heavy Samurai, this player is going to choose to go first, which is very good unless the Kashtira player draws Shifter. If they draw Shifter, you're pretty much out of luck unless you have a Gamma in your hand. And even then, it's if they're playing it correctly, they'll just wait till you activate your Scales. Because your Scales will activate until you summon out, and then you have a monster on the field, and they'll just drop Shifter, and you essentially can't Gamma anymore. What's kind of rough is the fact that like your Pendulum Zone, like your Pendulum monsters, when they get sent to the graveyard, they actually get sent like. So how Pendulum monsters work is that when they get sent off the field, they actually go to the graveyard, and then before they hit grave, they go to the extra monster, like EMZ, or not the EMZ, the extra deck. So the way Shifter works with them is they actually get banished instead because they are designated to go to the graveyard. They just recognize themselves and then they go to the extra deck. Kind of like how even under D-Shifter, the cards are like, they just get banished instead. But if you guys are enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. As well as subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 5K. We're halfway there actually now. We're at 2,500 and something. We're helping for all your support, and hopefully we'll get to 5K before the end of the year. I would like that a lot. We're going to be doing some big giveaways. And let me know in the comment section what else you guys want to see. If you guys want to see some market watches, more combo videos, I don't think we can do any more duels or deck profiles. You know, people at locals are kind of getting a little bit tired of that. But if you guys want to see anything else, let me know in the comment section. I'm going to be trying to do some market watches or some online content as well soon. I'm no computer geek. But going back into the gameplay, because that's what you guys came here for, Super Heavy Samurai is going to be going first here. And we do see these Scales and a D-Shifter right off the bat. No Gamma. Just not respecting the Gamma at all. They're going to be able to activate the Bike, banishing itself. Search for the Prodigy. Prodigy effect is going to activate, placing the Benki. And then we're going to be summoning itself out. We're going to be activating the effect of the Big Benki here. Searching for probably a Piercer. Going for the booster, essentially the same thing, just making sure that we don't waste our piercers here, which is a lot less important now than it will be once the ban list hits and we see that piercer goes to 1. I feel like it's gonna be the Ben 10 treatment over here. We're going to see the booster attach and then summon itself out. And then we can go for the Baguska, which is a line that a lot of players don't really realize is great. Like, being able to make a Baguska even through Shifter is kind of insane, to be honest. Like, it's better than just passing. There's no way there's a world where you just pass on this. That's not what we're doing. There's no way. I just feel like there's nothing really else that they can really possibly do. You have to go for the Baguska there, but at the same time they have Scareclaw, Kashtira. They can easily search to out it. Yeah, going for that Baguska there. Completely understand. Putting it in the safest zone in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, the only protected zone in the whole game. Well, I guess not versus Kaiju's, but we're going to be seeing them summon out the Fenrir, activating the Theosis, which is going to be able to summon out the Scareclaw Kashtira, just outing the Baguska immediately there. You pretty much have to Ash the Theosis if they have it. Theosis should also be banished right now, but and then we look at our Baguska going, oh no, and the Scareclaw Cashier does not like activate. It just happens. It's just like the Super Heavy Samurais. They can just attack in defense position. We're gonna go battle phase, whack, and then that's going to be end of Baguska there. Then they can activate the Fenrir here, and we can't even Veiler because we're under Shifter, right? Then we're gonna be searching for the Rise Heart, summoning out the Rise Heart there. Then they're able to go into the Shangri-La, and they're gonna activate the effect, lock our Pendulum Zone. Doesn't matter, that's not really what they're doing, but that's gonna be the outcome here. And we see how Shifter is very good against Super Heavy Samurai. Probably one of the hardest matchups of Super Heavy is actually the Kashtira, which is one of the best decks right now. So kind of difficult. We're going to see them banish the Fenrir here, making the Rise Heart level 7. Maybe already having the Birth or having Big Bang in the hand. They're going to be seeing them go for the Rise Heart. You're going to be passing here, and we know the Shangri-La zone has been locked. There's the extra monster zone. Then they're in a standby phase. Shangri-La effect's going to be able to activate here, summoning out a unicorn from the deck. And then we're going to be normal summoning out the Soul Piercer. Being able to make a macro is going to be huge. We're going to flip up preparations here. And the game is pretty much sealed. We know we can't activate any of our Piercer effects. Unicorn will be able to rip our extra deck. So ripping that Zeus is pretty imminent. I don't know if we can make a Zeus with what we have in hand here, because I guess you could summon out. Oh no, you can't even summon out the scales off the. Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be just game there. There's no way. Summon out the Spy. I mean, I guess they can link 2 into Ancient Gear, but Ancient Gear doesn't do anything and searches for box, but doesn't. I can't see a line, and it just doesn't really feel very right. Like, yeah, there's no way. Looking at that hand there that we just saw, there's no outs to this. Looking at the extra deck, trying to see if there's any outs. We have Scales in hand as well, so I guess if they link Summoned Away, try to do it, but Scales summons back from the graveyard, so there's not very much. We're going to activate the Piercer on these Stealthy. They're going to activate the effect of the Unicorn, looking at the extra deck, and the moment they rip a Zeus, it is going to be game over. Yeah, going for that 1 copy of Zeus, and at that point, it is just done. And then we're going to be able to attach and lock another zone. Activate the effect of Piercer. And then it's going to be able to suck. See, I guess Bike is a level 4 tuner, but like you go for Bike. Try to go for any like Regulus is fine, I guess, but at the same time, like you need double Zeus for this essentially. Then Shangri-La is going to be popping, and they're going to scoop right here, realizing they do not have enough. Shifter is way too hard to play through with Superheavy Samurai. Unfortunately, you just can't really beat it, but every deck has a weakness, and that is all right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. There'll be some more content like this. Let me know down in the comment section below, and don't forget to stay safe. Peace.